Peace and blessings to my matriarchal family out there in the YouTube and Facebook world. um, this is Seek Wisdom, Priestess of Blaq Wombniverse Temple. This video here is going to be about clarity on what Dark Goddess is. I get a lot of questions on what Dark Goddess is and what exactly it is that I practice and study, and what is it that we're studying in the temple. So I wanted to do this video as a just to clarify what my understanding and what my practice and what my study is of Dark Goddess. As a black woman, when you get into the metaphysical, esoteric, or African consciousness arena or community, it's kind of sort of pushed on the mother goddess principle and the nurturing and the loving side of a goddess. But that's just one facet of what goddess is. And if goddess is just nurturing and loving all the time, and she's caring for her children, who is protecting her? That's one facet of Dark Goddess. Dark Goddess gets into really going into the self. That's what the dark and the darkness is really about. Getting into the shadow side of yourself. Dealing with some of the regressed issues, the things that we've repressed, the things we wanted to do that we kind of sort of didn't do because society told us not to. We're dealing with our will, our free will. This can be referred to by some as a left-hand path, but because you're really going against everything society is saying is accurate. And however, there is still morals to Dark Goddess and the sisterhood within it. But again, this also deals with admission of your feelings. If you're upset about something or you're enraged about something, you address it and you deal with that. You don't just ignore it and say, I'm going to take the high road and I'm just going to be loving and nurturing. If you're mad, there's a reason for you being mad. Look at it, address it, deal with it. Don't ignore it, because that becomes a part of that regression and that repressed feeling that you're sticking away in that closet of things that you don't want to deal with. So Dark Goddess really kind of pushes you to deal with the unconscious and the shadow self and the things that society tells you to act like doesn't exist, but it really does. And dealing with Dark Goddess and dealing with these taking ownership of accountability and responsibility, and also confronting your fears and dealing with your feelings and admitting how you feel about something. This is the path that leads you to really really becoming mature and really growing and really being able to change how you think about things and how you see things. And it really is, it really is about growth. You really can't grow if you're just dealing with the light side of things and just the light, the being nice all the time and turning the other cheek. There is not any growth in that, because you're constantly pushing away what you really feel about something and constantly putting yourself on the back burner to do what other people want you to do and to be what other people want you to be and what they expect from you. Okay, so and the other thing is, Dark Goddess is applicable to any culture. When I say dark, yes, I'm talking about black. So of course you're going to go to that primordial, original chaos matter, which is dark matter. It's black. It's the original consciousness that also speaks about black women. But what I find is that a lot of other cultures have dealt with the Dark Goddess aspect and the darkness, but black women are not really told to do that. Black women aren't pushed to do it. So it's almost as if black women have been ignoring this for a while, but we really need to tap into it, because we've endured a lot of things trying to be nice to everyone and trying to protect everyone and trying to please everyone. We have a lot of wounds and things that we need to heal collectively and on the individual level. And while we're in a lot of arenas fighting for liberation of African people, how are you going to liberate African people or black people if the black woman isn't liberated? If the healer of the family and the person that's responsible for holding things together because a lot of people feel as though it's the black woman's responsibility to hold things together. If that really is true, how can she do that if she never takes time out to heal herself and to give herself some things that she needs, to be selfish for a minute? There's nothing, ladies, there is nothing wrong with being selfish. You need to take care of you first. But that also includes dealing with your own, I'll say it, dealing with your own BS, dealing with your own bullshit. And that's really what Dark Goddess is about. It is a study of everything. It's no, when you're dealing with spiritual systems, you don't just study Ifa, you don't just study Yoruba, you don't just study Santeria. We also get into, Wicca and some other things, because all of these things came from us. So there's no reason that we have to stick to one assigned thing. We study all of it, and you take from each arena and each study area what is applicable to you and what you need, so that you can develop yourself and learn and push forward. And in relationship to Dark Goddess, what Blaq Wombniverse Temple offers is a resource center so that you can go and study these things. There's so much information within the temple, but I just really wanted to do this one video to kind of give a little more clarification on what Dark Goddess is. It is not, I'm going to be nice all the time and treat everybody nice. If I feel as though I'm getting taken advantage, I'm going to speak out on it. That's what Dark Goddess is. Dark Goddess is about not pushing what you feel and what you see and what you know to the back burner. It's about self-development, meaning you have to address those things. You don't want to push those things aside. You have to address them and deal with them as they come up, because that's a part of the healing process. That's also a part of the learning process. A lot of things that we go through in life, and I'll just speak personally on this one. I've been through a lot of traumatic situations in my life, and because I was looking at things from what society was telling me was right, I was always thinking that, I'm just not going to look at it like that. Of course, when you're coming up, I really wasn't brought up Christian, so to speak, but my family was Christian. My mom and my father didn't make me go to church, but when I was with my grandmothers, either side, they would go to church on Sundays, and I just didn't understand some of what was being taught, and I never really, because my parents didn't really push me to, stick with it, I didn't really stick with it. I kind of sort of branched out and started, I was always inquisitive and always curious. So ever since I was little, I just wanted to study other things. And in doing so, it kind of prepared me for the path in which I'm on right now. So I just want to encourage women to don't shy away from the Dark Goddess. Don't shy away from your feelings. Don't shy away from wanting to study everything. And don't shy away from not wanting to stick to any one thing. Because Black woman is the basis of everything and every being that is on this planet, whether you want to believe it or not, came from Black women's genetics. I can do a different video and different conversations for that, so I'm not going to get into that right now. But the main thing I want to study here is we need to study all cultures, all mythologies, all religions, everything, because in order for us to have a clear understanding of who and what we are, we have to understand that all of our knowledge and information has been spread out. So it doesn't really, and I know there's some people who are going to get upset at this, but I'm just going to say it because that's just who I am. I'm not going to repress what I'm feeling and what I'm thinking. But it does not benefit Black women to stick to Afrocentric ideals. It does not benefit Black women to completely throw away information pertaining to other cultures, because those cultures got a lot of their information from us. When you look at and you read books and participate with seminars and look at some of the scholars that come from the college level and look at some cultures around the world and actually go travel and see some of these things yourself, you will start to see that there's commonalities in all the different mythologies, commonalities in all the cultures. So if you neglect to study some of these other things because of what people have said to you, you miss out on a full circle of knowledge so that you can come up with your own conclusion for what you need for your path. And everybody's path is going to be different. So again, I just wanted to encourage the women to follow your spirit, follow your heart. Don't repress any of your feelings or emotions, regardless of what the situation is. Don't, ignore the fact that you want to read or get into other things because of what someone else is telling you. Go after what it is that you are interested in, because that's the heart of what Dark Goddess is about. It's about pushing that envelope. It's about really looking for truth no matter where it is. And in that search for truth, you're gonna end up studying some things and come to some conclusions that are a bit uncomfortable. But it's in those times that you're uncomfortable that you really reach a point where you grow. And again, the temple provides the sisterhood, the resource, and everything for it. So sisters, if you are interested in getting some more information about Dark Goddess and about becoming a member inside the temple, inbox me. There is a link that I'll put below for the Blaq Wombniverse Cultural Development Center. That site is free to any black woman that wants to sign up for that site. And periodically I post things on there, but the bulk of my time I'm dealing with the sisters within the temple, because these are sisters who have dedicated time that they're going to really be into the study of themselves. Black women, we really have to study ourselves. And this does not, I'm not speaking against any other culture, and I'm not speaking against men, but we have to get to a point for the purpose of ourselves and our children that we really respect and revere ourselves so much that we have to go and study ourselves, because everybody else is doing it. A lot of these men that we deal with have studied us, the downloads and things from the radio shows that I do. It's just amazing the feedback that I get from men. And a lot of times they want to, I'll cut that off at this point because I'll save that for another video. But again, women, ladies, please get into studying everything. Any and everything that you're interested in, make sure that you study. Do not shy away from what you're studying because it doesn't go with the status quo, or it doesn't go with whatever group you're currently with. They don't want to study it. You go off and study it on your own if you need to. So anyway, peace and blessings. I will talk to y'all later on the next video.